Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on Quick Insider, and today's video it is time for my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2021. Yes, that's right, you guys. If they end up coming out, hopefully we don't have another movie year ever again like this year, but so let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best. So here are my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2021. Now, of course, you gotta have your honorable mentions. First honorable mention is, these are movies I still really want to see, and they didn't quite make the top 10 list, because there are just some movies I want to see a little more. Death on the Nile. Looks like a great murder mystery. I still haven't seen Murder on the Orient Express yet, so yeah, Free Guy. This looks like a really fun action film with Ryan Reynolds in it, and I'm pretty excited for this one. Nobody. Not too much people are excited for this one, but I love the John Wick movie. Saw the first two, still have to see the third one. We'll probably watch the third one soon though, looks like a John Wick style action movie, and the trailers look very promising. So yeah, Judas and the Black Messiah. This one had some great trailers. It's also a major Oscar bait film, so I think this one's gonna be good. And finally, for our last honorable mention, we have Morbius. Trailers got me a bit confused with Michael Keaton's Vulture back, but I'm still interested to see it. Just not as excited for this one as some other comic book films this year. Just because I don't know if it's gonna be that great, if I'm gonna be honest. But it's a Marvel film, so still at least I'll put it at an honorable mention. So yeah, so anyways, let's just get right into the video. Coming in at 10th place is Godzilla vs. Kong. Yes, that's right, you guys. So this may be a little unpopular for some of you guys, because some of you guys may think that this is kind of low, and I'm very hyped for this one, don't get me wrong. I'm very excited for Godzilla and King Kong to finally clash. This is a moment people have been waiting decades for, and they're finally fighting, and this is going to be a really cool film, I think. No matter how good the actual movie is, I'm still very intrigued for this one, but reason why it's at 10th is because I'm not as interested in MonsterVerse films as I would be in like MCU, DCU, Star Wars films, Lord of the Rings, Bond, stuff like that. So therefore, 10th. But I had to put this one in the top 10. Like, everyone's hyped for this one. Come on. So yeah, 10th place is Godzilla vs. Kong. 9th place is Venom 2. Now, in my first review for Venom 2, I gave it sort of an okay review, but thinking about more, I'm actually on the pretty positive side of the first ones. Did it have its flaws? Yes, but I'm still really intrigued for the second film. Carnage will be in it, that's the big thing. We also get some other cameos as well, and I'm very intrigued to see how a sequel to Venom goes. The first one did have its flaws, but still very fun, and I hope to get a very dark film from this one due to Carnage being in the mix as well. That's what gets me really hyped. Carnage will be in this film, and yeah, so coming in 9th place is Venom, Let There Be Carnage. I call it Venom 2 on that, but whatever, who cares. Anyways, in 8th place is The Last Duel. Now, this is filled with a lot of blockbuster films, MCU, DCU. There aren't any DCU films on this list, so just MCU, lots of blockbuster films on this list, but this is more on the drama film side. I love Gladiator. Gladiator was one of my all-time favorite movies, and this looks to be sort of a similar sort of thing, and Ridley Scott is directing it, so Ridley Scott, he is a great director, and I am very excited to see what he does with this film. So yeah. So 7th place is A Quiet Place Part 2. I was a big fan of the first Quiet Place. It was my favorite film of 2018, and I'm very excited to see how a sequel for this one plays out. Yes, that's right, you guys. Some of you think that John Krasinski might be back after his character died in the first film. Spoiler alert, but anyways, overall, I actually literally had tickets to go to an opening night showing of this film, double feature 1 and 2 in the theaters, but then about a week before I was supposed to see it, it got canceled. I think we got refunded, and now due to stupid coronavirus, I have to wait till at least April. We're hoping I don't have to wait longer, yeah, so, overall, before this film came out, I wasn't too excited. Before the first one came out, I wasn't too excited for it. I thought it would just be sort of a generic horror film, but the film truly blew me away. It wasn't too much of a horror film, if I'm going to be honest. It's more of a drama suspense film, which was very cool, with definitely a very strong touch of some scary stuff. So yeah, anyway, but the first reactions to this film said that it would be, it's more of a real building film than the first one. So I'm excited to see how this one takes it in another direction. So yeah, so in 6th place we have Shang-Chi. Now, I'm maybe putting this somewhat higher on the list, even though I don't know much about it, because it's an MCU film. I mean, the MCU is my favorite movie franchise, so that's why I had to put it at 6. But I don't know very much about this film as of the other Marvel film, as of the other MCU films on this list, so maybe maybe a trailer could move up a notch. But the premise of this film still sounds very, very cool, and I am very excited for it. It's supposed to be a street-level MCU movie about a kung fu warrior, and it's the MCU's first Asian superhero. So overall, Shang-Chi, I'm very excited for this one, even though I don't know too much about it. So yeah, top 5. 5th place is Black Widow. Now, I actually wasn't crazy excited for this one when I first heard about it. I was hyped, of course, this is an MCU film, but it was definitely one of, if not my least most anticipated of all the projects coming out, because it's a prequel. She already died in the first one. And the trailers for this film, especially that second trailer, truly got me hyped for this film. Like I said, if it was a sequel instead of a prequel, I'd be a smudge more hyped. Maybe it would be up a notch on this list, but I'm still very excited to see what this movie is gonna bring. I'm very excited to see Taskmaster as a villain. I'm also, and we've been waiting years for this film, so who isn't hyped at this point? So yeah, fourth place is The Eternals, another movie that I don't know that much about actually, but by what I've heard from it, it sounds awesome, and I'm very stoked for this one. It's got a great cast also. It's supposed to have more of the Celestials in this film, which is very, very cool. This could be the project that introduces X-Men. I think if anything's gonna introduce mutants and X-Men next year, it's either gonna be Eternals or WandaVision, I think. WandaVision could be a bit early on, but who knows? I still think it is somewhat possible that they could introduce mutants in WandaVision. Don't want to get my hopes up though. And this could be the film where they introduce some Fox properties I've heard. And also we could have a young Thanos origin story. So yeah, so it gets you into our top 3. Now these are the 3 that I am like mega hyped for. That like I gotta go see these. So yeah. This are all like my big 3 this year. So, at 3rd place is No Time to Die. Now the trailers look very promising. Also, it's Craig's last Bond movie. These are pretty good era. Spectre is kind of okay. Casino Royale was honestly probably an all-time action film for me. I loved Casino Royale. That's by far the best Bond movie I've seen. Bond could die in this movie, and overall, this could be a send-off to Bond, and I mean, you can't predict anything, but people are thinking he could die in this movie, and which would be sad, but hopefully as a good send-off, sort of like Tony Stark did. And yeah, but I am a bit worried how this film will end and play out. Like I said, the trailers look very promising. It's just that I don't want the franchise to be in a worse direction after Daniel Craig ends. But who knows? Get out of the video. But who knows? That could be better. So yeah, now we're into our top 2. Now this top 2 was pretty hard for me. Don't get me wrong. I used to bang back and forth between 2 and 1 on here. I've got my opinions. So yeah, so number 2 is Spider-Man 3. I was still pretty hyped for this movie because for some weird reason, I love the MCU Tom Holland Spider-Man films. Spider-Man Far From Home might be my favorite film in the MCU. That's debatable with Endgame and Infinity War. It did definitely have less issues for me with Endgame and Infinity War. But yet again, Endgame and Infinity War were absolutely epic. But I love Far From Home and Homecoming. Those were both great Spider-Man films. I don't know why, just really love this Tom Holland MCU Spider-Man. And the reason why I'm mega hyped for this one is because we have Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield returning. Yes, that's right, guys. Got Dr. Octopus, Jamie Foxx's Electro, characters from other universes, Doctor Strange will be in this film, got multiverse shenanigans. Hopefully it's not too crazy. By the way, this just sounds like a plain epic film, so yeah. And my number 1 spot is Dune. Yes, that's right, you guys. I'm super hyped for this one. I am really hoping, the trailers for this one just got me really hyped. Even though it's released on both HBO Max and in theaters on the same day, this was definitely one to see on the big screen. This just looks like an amazing franchise movie, and I really have high expectations for this one. I'm hoping that this is one of the best sci-fi films of the last decade, and by the trailers, I think this one has some huge potential, and this just looks like an incredible film, which it could be a start for the next big mega franchise, who knows. And that's why I've Dune at the number 1 most anticipated movie of 2021 spot. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see ya.